Becky, Kai, Sharon, Dave, and I, we lived together in a house where Becky was the sole owner of the house. Becky is a very passive-aggressive person, and her girlfriend Kai kind of have an unhealthy relationship. Kai and Sharon didn't get along very well, and so it made it hard on the rest of the roommates in the household. And Kai tends to exaggerate sometimes, and she starts problems, but at the same time she's smart and has great intuition. Sharon tends to get emotional and takes things very personal. I lean towards the style 2 communicator and listening type, so that's kind of setting the scene on the situation that I'm going to use the wheel on. So here's the situation. So Kai and I, we were kind of enjoying each other's company, watching television, just her and I, and we were just kind of chatting and talking, and she kind of looks at me and she says, you know, Sharon told Becky that she thinks it's time that you start looking harder for a new place to live because it's getting too hard with us living here, with me living here. She was ready for us to move. Shortly after saying that, Kai left and she went and kind of did her own thing, so I was left to be in the house by myself with my thoughts and my feelings. So I guess I was feeling, my sensory data, my thoughts were racing, my chest was tight, my ears were ringing, I was sweating, I was hot, I was shaky, I was very anxious, kind of my sensory data. My thoughts were Sharon was supposed to be one of my closest friends. How could she say these things? Why didn't she talk to me about this? Why did she feel that she had to go to Becky and Kai and talk about it instead of coming straight to me? Is she really even my friend? I'm stupid for putting my trust in her. Those were kind of my thoughts at the moment, what I was feeling or what I was thinking in the moment. My emotions, I'm hurt that she would say things like this behind my back. I'm angry that I put my trust in her, and those were kind of my emotions, my emotions. My wants, when I thought about my wants, I want to know if she really feels this way. I want to know if Kai was exaggerating. I want this hurt to go away and things to go back to the way that they were before I heard what Kai had said. I really wanted to speak with her, but Sharon wasn't home, so I couldn't even speak with her. In the past, my past actions would have been, I would have either avoided the situation and just packed up my stuff and left and just not even talked to Sharon. I would have done that when I was younger. Or maybe when I was a little bit older, but still young, I would have not said anything to her, but stomped around and slammed things, let her know I was mad, but not really say anything to her, kind of in a passive-aggressive way. Currently, while taking this class, I would probably still kind of do some of those passive-aggressive things because that's my habit, that's kind of what I go to. But I would probably address it in a very direct way. I might come across as standoffish or maybe overpowering or overbearing because I kind of tend to get that way, but I would be very much aware of it, that I was doing it, and try and find a better way of doing things. So in the future, my actions, I would hope that I would be very aware, approach her in a calm manner, express my thoughts, emotions, and sensory data, disclose my wants, listen to what she has to say, communicate. So if I were to do that, in fact, my thought would change, and I would maybe not be thinking, how could she do this, or I'm stupid for putting my trust in her. Maybe I would have, kind of gone through this wheel, and I would have come back to my thoughts and thought, well, Kai does tend to exaggerate. Maybe Sharon didn't say these things. Maybe they were speaking about things and it just kind of, things kind of got out of hand, and I would have waited and been aware of how my emotions were and tried to get control of my thoughts so that I could then control my emotions and my feelings, and then by the time Sharon got home, I would be able to address my wants to her very clearly so that my actions could be more of what I would want for my future and be able to do it now, currently. So, yeah, that's kind of my situation. I'm kind of going through the awareness wheel. This is something that really did happen, and the way that it worked out was because Sharon is pretty healthy and she's pretty aware of her actions and her thoughts and things, even though she does get kind of emotional. We were able to talk it through after me being kind of passive aggressive and slamming the dryer door and things like that, but she asked me right away, hey, what's going on? I can see that there's something clearly wrong, something's going on, you know, and I got kind of angry and I yelled at her at first, and she stayed very calm, and then I started crying and it all came out, and then she started crying and we both hugged, and it all ended up working itself out. Luckily I had, you know, a friend that you know, was pretty healthy in her thinking and in her communication. So I actually ended up learning something from her. And so yeah, that's my video. Hopefully I did this right, and thank you.